Hi guys, welcome to the special summer edition of our webinar. Summer is here, at least where we're based, so we decided to run a fun and more chilled webinar, AMA, which stands for Ask Michael Anything. My name is Natalia and I will be the panelist for today's webinar. And today we're focusing entirely on your questions. We'll be answering some of the most frequently asked questions sent to us by email, as well as the questions you'll be sending during this webinar. We are recording this meeting, so if you can't make it till the end, or if you want to refresh your knowledge later, don't worry. We'll share the recording with you soon. All right, so today's webinar will take about an hour, and firstly, Michael is going to answer a few of the frequent questions, and then we'll move on to our standard live Q&A session, where we'll be answering the questions sent over from you during the webinar. You can submit your questions in the Q&A box that you can see at the top of your screens, and it's right next to the chat box. So please remember to use the Q&A box instead of the chat box to enter your questions, so that we can choose and filter them afterwards. And the chat may be used to talk to us during the webinar, and we'll also share some useful links for you there. All right, so before we officially begin, let me just ask you where you're joining us from tonight. So please enter the city or the country you're from in the chat box for me. Luxembourg, welcome. Paris, France. USA, Florida, South Carolina, Chicago, the Netherlands, South Africa, Florida again, Virginia, Michigan, Vermont, Massachusetts, New York City, Houston, Wisconsin, Springfield, Missouri, USA, Ontario, Canada, welcome. Any other cities or countries? Let's just wait for everyone to join in. Burkina Faso, wow, that's the first time we've had someone from Burkina Faso. Welcome. Germany, hello. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining us here tonight, even though it's summer and probably many of you are on holidays right now. So let me just welcome you again. We really appreciate the time that you're spending with us, and we're going to see Michael in just a second. So let me just remind you that you can enter your questions during the webinar in the Q&A box at the top of your screens. All right, guys, so without further ado, let's officially begin. Hi, Michael, are you there?
Hello.
Hi,
here.
how are you?
Good. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. It's hot here in Poland. And how is Spain? It's probably even hotter than Poland, but
Yeah, it's really cold. No, it's not. it's very warm, and it's very nice. Yeah, that's why I'm today I'm a little bit less more casual. I'm just in the Nozbe t-shirt. So it's after all it's summer vacation time, at least in northern hemisphere, and I'm happy to see so many people today. And for some people it's morning, for some it's evening. For us it's evening because we're in the Central European time, but for many people it's like Chicago and the other places it's morning. So thank you so much for joining us today. So cool.
yeah.
I love that part when you ask about where people are from. It's always fun. And Burkina Faso, like what was the name?
Burkina Faso, yeah.
Burkina Faso, exactly. Yeah, this is new. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, that's new. So it's great that so many people are just joining from all over the world. It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to switch off my camera because I can't wait, and I think nobody can't wait to hear the frequently asked questions and the answer to those questions. So good luck, and I'll see you in a bit.
All right, so I'm not going to switch off my camera today. I want to see if this works with the camera on. So use the chat window if your connection is poor because of the video, or it's not it's not a good connection. Just let me know, because um, I mean, if the audio quality suffers because it's a video. So I want to just try it to have the video all the time on, and let's see how this works, because I have a few things to show you. And anyway, I want to be closer to you because it's Q&A. I want to, I want you to see me. I almost see you there. So I want to make it like more personal, because this is, the special AMA segment. All right, so let's go. Uh, Hello, everyone. My name is Michael Sliwinski. I'm the founder of Nozbe, as you know, the time and project management application. We are, our app is available on all the platforms, all the major platforms. It's for Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, and even the Apple Watch. And as you can see, because it's summer, I have a nice matching blue part of blue Apple Watch right now. Yeah, so blue wristband to match my shirt. So. I love these new ones. They're really good, very sporty, very cool. Anyway, Nozbe is available on all the platforms, even on the watch, and I love using it on my watch as well, especially when I get some notifications there. We've been doing this. We've been doing Nozbe for 10 years now. We celebrated 10 years of Nozbe just this past February, which is amazing if you think about it. A technology company, 10 years already, and so much has happened. We launched in 2007 when the iPhone launched, and right now, 10 years later, we're still kicking, and I feel like we're just getting started. Many people ask me, what's next for me? What's next for me after this? And I'm like, Nozbe for the next 10 years or more, because I really feel like I'm just getting started. We have so many things to do, so many things to improve, so many people to help get organized, and I don't see an end with this. And we keep improving. Technology keeps improving. So we have the app for the watch, but we might have app for something else very soon, and we will have an app. The Siri integration in iOS 11 finally in the fall. So there's so much to do. It's still exciting to be working on this. So I'm sticking around. I'm not going anywhere. I'm also recording a podcast with my buddy Radek. He's our iOS and Mac developer, and we talk on the podcast about books, about habits, productivity. Recent episodes were about new habits of not, of switching off Twitter, switching off some notifications, improving our focus time. So make sure to check it out. And there are lots of books that we recommend. So hope you subscribe to our show. And I am about to launch a new book, 10 Steps to Ultimate Productivity, based on my video course. It's going to be a new book based on the course, but with more examples, with more more ideas a little bit, but keeping the 10-step process to make productivity really easy for people to understand and to start getting the good habits right. Make sure to sign up at productivitycourse.com. And maybe many of you would like to join also our there will be an announcement of our special book group that will help us shape the book, because the book is already written, but we want to make sure that we edit it, and then we add some examples, some cool things, and hopefully you will help us with that. So we'll be preparing this a Facebook a closed Facebook launch group for the book very soon. So make sure to check it out. Sign up first to get the notifications about the book. All right. So there's something more in this webinar, because it's a special webinar. It's a vacation webinar, and we really appreciate the time that you're spending here with us. There is a special bonus. There is the bonus. I mean, we have a bonus for everyone who sticks around and sticks around at this webinar. Only for people who are live here on this webinar. So if you're watching this recorded, I'm sorry. This bonus is only for the ones who are here live with us, because they dedicate their time here, vacation time, to spend with us. It's something new. We haven't done that before, so make sure to wait for announcement. I'm going to announce it in a few moments. But really, it's something we've never done before. You will be surprised, and hopefully you'll be blown away. Okay, so let's start with the questions. I prepared, like, to start, to kick it off. I prepared. I mean, we prepared, and Taya checked, and we prepared like the 5 burning questions, recent questions that popped up quite often recently. And I want to start with these, and then we'll move on to the Q&A segment from you. So make sure to use the Q&A segment and ask questions. And Taya will be lining them up for me to respond later. And also use the chat window if you want to chat with Natalia, with the team, with Kuba, with Martin, and also use the chat window. I'm going to ask you a few questions also myself, and I'm counting on your responses in the chat window. All right. So the first question: how to move tasks to Nozbe? The second question: how do I get organized? So how do I get organized? How I get motivated? How I set my goals? And how I run a no office company, meaning a completely remote company where at Nozbe everybody works from homes. This is my home office here with a nice Nozbe logo, but this is still my home office. It's on top floor of my home, and we all work from home. In our company, there is no central office, and many people ask us how we get it done. So we're going to give you tips and tricks here in this webinar. Okay, so how to move tasks to Nozbe. So very often people are trying different tools, or just have already the tasks somewhere written, in a text file, or written down. How to move things to Nozbe quickly. And sometimes what happened also is that people tried Nozbe, then tried something else, and they stuck around with something else, but then came back to Nozbe because Nozbe was better for them. So how to do it? We're starting this process right now and trying to give you like a few tips and a few ways to do it. So first of all, one of the apps that was pretty popular recently, Wunderlist, is shutting down. They were bought by Microsoft, and Microsoft is with this team is building a simpler to-do list. And many people wanted to move to Nozbe because Nozbe was also like an advanced task manager and project manager. So there is a tool called Wunderlist Importer. So if you just go to nozbe.com/import, you can import your Wunderlist tasks and projects directly to Nozbe. And also, if we'll be improving this website with other additional importers in the near future, so you'll be able to also import tasks from different platforms as well. We want to make it really easy for you to migrate back to Nozbe and to see, to not have to go through all of your tasks and write them down manually again. But there's another way. If you right now are using a different piece of software, or just a simple text file, which is also very popular, there is a way to move things to Nozbe quicker with email. So make sure that you have set up your personalized email address, or if you want to just import emails as tasks to Nozbe, go to settings, integrations, and set up your nickname and PIN. And this way, when you add this to your contacts, you can forward any email to Nozbe to this email address, and it will show in your inbox, or if you use hashtags, it will show in the project that you chose. And the text of the email will be in the comments section. So it's very, very useful, very, very neat. But there's an additional trick, and this is directly from our Nozbe help page. I encourage you to check it out at nozbe.com/help. There is a whole section about emailing to Nozbe, and this is a nice trick that you can actually import many tasks to Nozbe with one email. All you have to do is list the tasks, but start with a point, so with a point and space, point space task, point space task. So or full stop space task, however you call it. So use that, and this way, as you can see here, there are a few actions, and then if you write a comment below a task, it will be added as a comment to this task above it. So it's a very neat way to really have tasks that are in a text file, or for example in an Excel file. You just paste them in the email, add the full stop and space, and this way they will be imported to Nozbe. So you can see above here how it looks like, and then below how it looks like in Nozbe when it's imported. Just send it to your email address, and it goes there, and it's really easy. So second question: how I get organized. Well, one of the key things, well, key ideas for me is not to have too many tasks to begin with. So one of the key things, I'm going to, give you a tweet right now. This 2 minute rule. 2 minute rule. It's a rule that I first heard about in the book Getting Things Done by David Allen. Is the fact that if you can do something less than 2 minutes, so in 2 minutes or less, do it now. So if you have to, put something in the calendar, do it now. If you have to make your bed, do it now. It takes less than 2 minutes. If you have to, take out trash, it's less than 2 minutes. Do it now. So if you have to do something in less than 2 minutes, do it now. Don't write it down. Don't postpone it, but just do it now, and you'll be happy. You have to have the sense of accomplishment, and you will not have a longer to-do list. So this is like really, really important. But then again, I'm a busy guy, and I do have a long priority list sometimes, and I'm trying to keep it short. So for me, the key is to focus on my most important tasks there. So on my most important things to do, and it's called differently by different people. Some people call it most important task, MIT. But there was this man, Brian Tracy, who wrote this book, Eat That Frog. And he called this important task, this scary important task, big task, a frog. And he advises to eat that frog in the morning, so to really start the day with your most important stuff. So what I did here is I created a category in Nozbe called frog. And actually there's a very nice icon, as you can see here on the right hand side. There's a very nice icon designed by our designer of frog, and I even gave it a green color, because you can give different colors to categories. And this way, when I have a priority list, I choose a few tasks that are my frogs, my most important tasks. So even when my priority list looks like this, I have here 4 tasks and 1 frog. When I click on the I section of the priority list in the top corner, and then filter, and I filter it out, and then I filter it by category, frog, and then I can see only this task, which helps me focus on what I have to do. Because this way, even when Natalia sends me a task or delegates a task to me, it goes to my priority list, but it doesn't show up unless it has the frog category, which is really helpful to me. So I really use it a lot. And there is another thing that I want to share here with this question, how I get organized. So one thing, I use 2-minute rule. I try to have as short of a priority list as I can. And additionally, many people ask me what I do with loose tasks, with tasks that really don't belong into any project. Well, there is a hack that I use, and I think it's pretty neat. I have a project called Private Tasks, and in this project, I have tasks that are just loose tasks, not really don't belong to any project. This way, I can have my inbox zero, I can have my inbox empty, but still I get to have the tasks in this Private Tasks project. So it's very useful. It's very neat. And there's additional pro tip here. As you can see, in task names, you can use emoji. And here I used an emoji of a house. This way I know it's a private thing. And the emoji, because in Nozbe you can add colors to projects, but with emoji you can actually make them stand out. So I don't have emoji with all my project names, but a few of them which I really like and I really I want them to stand out on my project list, I put emoji. So it's also a nice trick that I use, and I think many people could benefit from that. Okay, so let's go to number 3, how I get motivated. Again, I've been running Nozbe for 10 years. So, I love the job. I love you guys. And girls, I love you, being able to serve you, which is great, which really keeps me going. And, this humble realization that, many people wake up in the morning and they plan their day with Nozbe, with our app. It's just amazing. And we have more than 400,000 users right now. So it's really amazing and mind blowing. And but apart from that, apart from this motivation to do it and really liking my job a lot, we are just humans. We have worse and better days, and I think one of the key things that I developed recently is the morning routine. So here I have a tweet for you. Kuba will put the tweets on our Twitter account. So Nozbe will tweet them. So if you want to retweet them or comment, let me know. I mean, just use Twitter and just retweet them or comment on Twitter, and we'll engage with you. So the importance of morning routine is the fact that you control it. You control what you do, and you do it step by step. So it's like you start the day consciously on your terms. And this is really important, because many people, what they do when they wake up in the morning, they take their iPhone and then check their email. So instantly they are checking out what other people want of them and plan their day according to other people's needs. And while in some cases it might have to be like this because this is how they roll and this is what their job description is, but in most cases it's not. In most cases, I think we should be controlling the narrative. We should be controlling our day, and for us to start the day right with a morning routine, it really makes sense. It really, it sets us up for success, and gives us, the positive attitude. I have done this and this and this. I have started my day right, the way I want it, and it's going great. Before you start, even your breakfast, the day already is going great. There is this famous story of Michael Phelps, who has the whole routine every morning, what he does, what kind of training he does, what kind of music he listens to, everything up to every detail. And then, when he goes to Olympics, one of the other things that they put in his routine is just win a gold medal, and that's it. And it's just another race that he's doing. So it's really important to have the morning routine. And I've been struggling to develop one. And last year I managed to develop one. I'm really happy about it. And the way I did it is actually with Nozbe. I added a new task, morning routine, which is recurring task. It repeats every day. And then I have a checklist. And really, if you look at the checklist, it's really and very simple. And I shouldn't be putting toilet, weight and teeth, shaving, all these things in the routine, but it really helps me, because then I just follow the steps. I follow the checklist. I wake up, take the iPhone, I go to my morning routine, follow the checklist, and do the things. And then I wake the children up and they go to school. I mean, right now they are on vacation, but normally this is what they do. And this way, really, I learned this routine. And right now I don't need the checklist anymore. Right now I'm really following the routine subconsciously, because I already have the routine. But in the very beginning, this recurring task with the checklist was my key to really make it happen, to really develop the routine. So there is this idea for a routine. Make sure to check it out. Really, I think this is one of the key components to my success and to my positive attitude every day when I get to work. And there's another tweet for you, just to recap, because I think it's also important to end the day right. And for me, ending the day is jotting down the most important tasks for tomorrow. So this way, when you plan the most important tasks for tomorrow, like 1, 2, 3 tasks, the most important things, the frogs that I just mentioned, when you plan them before you go to sleep, first of all, you get the benefit of going to sleep calmly because you know what you have to do tomorrow. Second, subconsciously, I think the brain is rewiring itself and thinking about these tasks anyway. And then when you wake up in the morning, you have this sense of clarity, what needs to be done. You are focused, because it's really hard when you wake up in the morning and you're still groggy, you're still you just woke up and you try to do something, and what should I do now, where should I start? And then you actually start with something simple, because this is the barrier of entry is low. So you just want to do something, to feel useful. But in the moment when you wake up and you have the clarity, you know what you have to do, which frog you have to eat, then you can do it. Then the day again starts on your terms and starts with what's really important. And when you do one of these tasks, you already feel that the day is going right and that you have accomplished something today. And no matter whatever happens later, you feel like it's going great. All right. So my fourth question, and your fourth question, my fourth answer: how do you set your goals? People who have attended my webinar on New Year's resolutions already know that, and I'm gonna take it from there because it hasn't changed. So first of all, I have a project called my goals, and I have my goals there as tasks. And what I do is I don't accomplish these tasks just yet. I just review them. I review them every weekly review, and so every time I review my things in Nozbe, every Friday when we do weekly review, I do also review the goals and make sure that they are still aligned. Add some ideas to them, some comments maybe, or maybe act on them and then prepare for them. So one of the goals for this year has been and still is to run a 10 kilometer run in below 45 minutes, which is pretty fast. I'm a fairly good runner. I'm a triathlete, so I managed to run 50 minutes, 49 minutes, but 45 I couldn't break the barrier yet. So to help me out with that, I actually took the whole training plan from Nozbe.how. As you know, Nozbe.how is our database of templates created by you, created by us, created by all Nozbe users. And I took this template created by Marcin, who's here with us. And it's a whole training program developed based on a book, a 12-week program, how to run better and faster, how to run below 45 minutes. And to be honest, it's not going so well because for me, I'm just so busy that I cannot find time to run 4 times a week, because this one requires 4 times a week. And very often I want to go on a bike ride or I want to swim. I just don't have time to just go out for a run. So I haven't been sticking exactly to the plan. But what I did was I went to Nozbe.how. I imported this template directly to Nozbe. So again, this is another way of importing things. You can import tasks to Nozbe by just going to Nozbe.how templates of other people and just import these tasks to your Nozbe account. This is what I did. I created a project for that, and then I shared the project with Marcin to make sure that he's my accountability partner. And together with him, we developed. We started taking it a bit easier on me. So we adjusted the plan for me, and I'm still following the plan. I'm just going to do it longer than 12 weeks. So I'm not sure if I get the 45-minute result. It might not be true. But anyway, if you've been on my webinar, New Year's resolutions, you know that what I believe is skills, developing skills. So even if with this training I don't run in less than 45 minutes, I'm sure I'm going to be still a better runner. I already am. I'm halfway through training, and I'm already better. I have more endurance. I feel like a better runner already, and hopefully by the end of the training, I'm going to be definitely better. And maybe I'm going to do it in 46 minutes, 47, but I'm going to be close. I'm sure I'm going to be close. So it's really this is the way I work, and I already use the Nozbe.how templates. There are a few which are really good, and I encourage you to check them out because this is also a great way to steal ideas from people. I have there are packing lists. I have a packing list for my triathlons, also there as at Nozbe.how. So make sure to check it out. It helps me a lot. Okay, so the last question, the fifth question before we open the AMA, how I run a no office company. So as you know, our company doesn't have an office. We work from homes, and I work here from my home office. Everybody in Nozbe works from homes. And here's a tweet for you that explains it. Why no office? Because work is not a place to go. It's a thing that you do. And this is what I believe in. I believe in, and especially in our age, day and age. I mean, Nozbe is we are a Polish-based company, but actually not all of us are in Poland. And Nozbe is used by people from all over the world, especially in America, in North America. So we don't have to have an office there. We don't have to have an office anywhere. And I'm sure people here who join us from Chicago, they couldn't care less about how our office looks like, because what they care about is the Nozbe.com page and the app, that it's just the best it can be. So we don't need an office. And for that, we of course need to communicate well. We need to really, be really great with communication and with trust, and then just be running, our software like this. So one of the key ideas here to make sure we can work from anywhere is to use cloud-based systems for everything that we do, and we use Nozbe. mainly to communicate through tasks. So we share projects, delegate tasks, and also we also use other tools like Zoom to do meetings, and Slack for chat, and many other tools. And I think many companies, even when they have an office, they should treat an office as a tool, but not as a requirement. And I think many people could be doing their work even if they were not in the office, because we are knowledge workers. We work with our brains, so we don't have to travel to the downtown of the city, to this skyscrapers, and be going there. So I don't think so. I don't think we need that in many of the cases where we still do. So I think it's a question of mindset, of changing the mindset, to be using the newest tools, the modern tools like Nozbe and others. So this is the first thing. But second thing also is trusting people. So what we do also, and to give you some idea, we also believe in this pyramid of communication. So we think that we should work like this. So we focus on the deep work, on focus time, and then meetings are the last resort, are the last place. We do have meetings at Nozbe, virtual meetings through Zoom. We do have those, but only rarely, only when we really need them. And we have some regular meetings, but also when we need them. And so we try to really make sure that we spend most of the time in deep work and in feedback mode. Feedback mode means we delegate tasks to other people and they give us feedback. So to give you an example, and for example, before I give you an example, back and forth, the third level, this is the chat. And many people still think that if you work remotely, you have to chat. But chat is very synchronous. People really, it requires your attention. And we think that the deep work and the feedback should be your attention, not required by other people, but used by you to do the work. So, for example, in Nozbe, we delegate tasks, and here you can see a task from Magda. I wrote a piece for Lifestyle magazine in Poland, and she just delegated that to me and told me that it's already translated to English and we can publish it on my website. So I got it as a notification on my watch. And the best thing is that, okay, I know she did the task and she asks me for feedback or for doing something else, but I can continue my work. I got a notification. She doesn't require my immediate response. She just tells me, okay, Michael, this is done. It's your turn now. And I can just finish off what I'm doing right now, and then later go to my priority list, see this task, and proceed to publishing the article that she just translated. So we think this is the best way to work, because this is respectful of other people's time, and on the other hand, this is something that's really efficient, because this way we can finish off what we are doing and then proceed to giving feedback to others. And we use Nozbe a lot, as I mentioned, shared projects. And this is what's really cool with that, is that with a clear view, you know who's responsible for what. Just look at this project, marketing ideas. You know exactly who is responsible for the experiment with different Nozbe logo, who's responsible for research, Google AdWords, that's me, create A/B tests, and then shoot some better photos or something. So you can see who's in the project, because when you go to I and then share projects, you can invite more people to the project. But the best thing, if you delegate tasks, you see who's responsible for what, which is so much better than using email, sending BCC, CC to people, and just people just losing track of what they should be doing or they shouldn't be doing. Here is very clear. And then in each task, we have comments. We just, in the comments, we iron out the details. We let other people know what we actually expect here. It's very neat. And this is the way we work. And, our tool helps us become a better no office company, a more efficient one. Okay. So I think this is it with the answers. I'm hoping you have more questions. Before we continue, one question: if you could, let me know in the chat room, how many? I mean, if you're using Nozbe right now or other, project manager, how many projects you have right now? If you could, put it in the chat window. I'm very curious how many projects you have, and I have 90 something right now. And I have to clean them up. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm going to do the weekly review. So I'm going to, I'm going to be cleaning up the projects. My aim is to just go below 80 with the projects, because I would just want to make sure that, the projects that need to be completed are completed. Hopefully tomorrow it will clear out. So let me know how many projects you have. I'm really curious about it. We'll discuss this in a second. And also, if you can tell me, because the same goes to priority lists. As I mentioned before, priority lists should be, should be clear. Should be cleared by the end of the day, usually, because this is your priority, right? Of course, it's not every day, and in my case, it hasn't been for a while now, which I had to admit. I've just had too many things on my priority list. So let me know how many things you have right now on your priority list. Especially you in Chicago and in the in the States, you just started your day. So let me know how many tasks you have in your priority list as well. So how many projects and how many tasks in your priority list? I would like to know. Okay, keep sending me the info. I'm really curious about it. And of course, if you're also interested more in no office work, in how we work, and also if you're interested in introducing Nozbe to your company, or if you're trying to introduce Nozbe to your company, or if you're trying to use shared projects, also let me know in the chat. Let us know in the chat that you're doing that. We'll be happy to assist you, and we'll be happy to just know how many people are actually trying to use shared projects, because Nozbe is Nozbe was born as a tool for a busy professional like yourself, for somebody who really respects their time but really needs to put things in order. But it's really useful to use shared projects to work with other people, because this way you can delegate tasks and you don't have to do everything, because you're not the Superman. You don't have to do everything. You have other resources, other people who can help you out. So if you're using shared projects, if you're trying to use Nozbe in your team or in your company, let me know. Let us know in the chat. I'm really curious about it. So again, let us know how many priorities you have. Let us know how many projects you have, and if you're using Nozbe in a shared environment, or trying to use Nozbe in a shared environment, or thinking about it. So let us know. I'll be happy to to respond to some of these. Also, okay. So now, as you're busy answering the questions and I'm asking the questions and answering my question, I have this bonus for you, and it's gonna blow your mind. So the mega bonus. There's something we've never done before. So you're really here in here for a treat. And thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking around. And thanks for being here for this webinar now in August. It's ta-da, 1 month of Nozbe for everyone here. So if you have a Nozbe account right now, Nozbe Pro account, business account, whatever Nozbe account you have right now, we will give you 1 month just like this. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to pay us more or whatever. Just, you can go right now to, you can just keep, being here at the webinar, and you will receive 1 month automatically. We'll just check, with your email that you use here in Zoom. We'll compare it with our Nozbe account, and if you haven't used the same email that you have with Nozbe in the Zoom, so in the webinar, let us know. Contact questions@nozbe.com, and let us know that you were here at the webinar actually at this email address, and we will link it to your account, and we will just give you a 1 month. So everyone here, 1 month free additional. So if you're using a Nozbe Pro and your account expires at the end of September, it's going to expire at the end of October, just like that. Just thank you, as a big thank you for being here. But again, this is only for live listeners, for live people here at the webinar. If you're watching this as a recording published on our website, I'm sorry, it was just one time. We did it right now for people who came here. So thanks so much. We really appreciate you being here, and we just want to give you something better, something really special. And if you haven't, if you don't have a Nozbe account, if you don't have a Nozbe Pro account, make sure to check it out right now and to order today. If you order Nozbe account today, and especially if you go for a yearly package, you save 20%, because it's as by yearly, it's just cheaper. And then we will give you the additional month because you are here. But you have to order now. Order now before the end of the webinar, because we will be reviewing all the accounts after the webinar. So make sure to order now, and we will compare your order with your again with your email address here at webinar, and you will get the 1 month free for us. So 1 month extension. So if you go for just 1 month of Nozbe Pro, for example, that's it. You get the second month free. And if you go for a year, you basically pay for 10 months, you get 12, and then you get additional one because you were here at the webinar. So anyway, everyone, thank you so much for being here. As you can see, we have our guarantee. We are working hard. This is our team. We're working hard on making you as productive as we can with our app, with our suite of apps. So thanks for being here, and hopefully you like the idea of having 1 month free just for being here, as a token of our appreciation for having you around. Thanks so much, and now it's time for your questions. So I hope that you have lots of questions and that you've been active there. So I'll be happy to answer them.
All right, so let's move straight to the questions. So the first question that I want to ask is by Didier. How to integrate a team member in Mosby when you are alone in an organization? It's difficult for me to convince non-geek people. So how to convince and encourage somebody to actually use Nozbe and to try it out?
Okay. So this is hard. This is hard, of course, because many people are maybe they don't know, they're afraid of apps, they're afraid of some things, and I know myself. It's I hate to admit it, but for example, my wife wasn't using Nozbe for quite a while. She's been not using Nozbe for the last, I think, 3 years now. So and only because it works so. Right now it works so well on the iPhones, and she just does most of the things on the iPhone. So it took me, it was heartbreaking that my wife wasn't using my tool. But one of the ways I convinced her to do it was that we set up a shared project, just one project, which was shopping list. And I said, just let's share the shopping list. That's it, nothing more. And I asked her, because I told her this will be so much efficient, because whenever some of us go shopping, which I can check the shopping list, we can just we will not forget anything. So I think it's a good idea to start. And this way she started using it as a shopping list, and then she was like, I'm gonna just create a project for myself and do something else there. And she started gradually using Nozbe like this. So and many people ask me when they try to introduce Nozbe to the company, because as you know, we have a Nozbe Pro account, and now we have Nozbe business account as well. And so many businesses are starting to use Nozbe, and for them it's really hard to integrate the whole business. And people are saying, another tool, I don't want to use another tool, I'm sure it's going to be bad. So people are very reluctant. So what we've been trying to work with these customers is just create one project, again, one shared project, and convince them to help them out, help them set this up. So download their app with them. Ask them to download the app, set them up, and share the project with them, and make sure that they accept it. They are in the project, and you add a task for them. They can see that. And this way, if you work and you tell them, on this one thing, we will just be working in Nozbe. Everything else will keep working the way we are working, using different systems or email or whatever. But with this one thing, let's just use Nozbe for that. And this way, they start, using Nozbe. They start, using Nozbe for this project. They like it. They like, the delegation of tasks, the comments, and everything else. And then they start using Nozbe themselves. And then they start saying, Michael, let's move the other thing also, and then the other thing. And then the ball starts rolling. So even though, for example, Nozbe business account is for 10 people, very often our customers buy it for 10 people, but they first use it as 3 people, and then 4, and then 5, and they start adding users as they go. So as they start sharing projects and, slowly, gradually involving them in the process. And I think also the convincing point is if they have an Android or a phone or an iPhone, that they can see that it's also mobile, that it's very similar to the apps that the other apps that they're using, to Facebook, and Twitter. It's not that different, it's not just another app that they open, and they can just manage and post comments like they post comments on Twitter or Facebook. So I think this really helps. I think this really helps to start, and especially now, with mobile phones, non-geeks are using mobile phones, and non-geeks are learning to use mobile phones because it's so easy. I remember this situation when my 1.5-year-old was using iPhone, and she was swiping to unlock, and was, she was using the iPhone. And when my friend, who was really non-geek, when he saw that, he was like, okay, if she can do it, I'm getting a freaking iPhone. And he got an iPhone, and he's been using iPhone ever since. So this is the idea. I think the non-geeks, when they have the smartphones already, they already know stuff. They already know how to use stuff. And Nozbe is not that much different. So if you convince them to work on one thing, I think it should work.
Exactly. And just like you said, it's just a matter of taking small steps and just trying slowly, just checking one feature at a time, and they should be fine. All right, so let's move on to a question of Moises. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. How do I sign up for the 1 free month? I don't have an account yet. So could you just repeat how to take advantage of the promo that we have here today?
You just go to nozbe.com page, and then scroll down when you have the pricing information. So there is the pricing information, and there is a blue button, order now. So if you go there, you order now. So you order your Nozbe account from there, and we will set it up for you. And then you have to pay, you choose a monthly or yearly payment. And then when you do that, you have your Nozbe account. Make sure to use the same email address that you use here at the webinar. Or if you want to use a different email address, then later send us an email saying that you sign up with this, 3 different emails. So make sure that we can just find you, and we can link the accounts. Okay, the webinar account, and the webinar and the thing. So again, nozbe.com. Scroll down to see the pricing, and then order. You order. Again, you're covered by 30-day money back guarantee. So if you don't like Nozbe, or it doesn't work for you, we'll give you money back. So there is no real risk on your part. And once you do that, I think around tomorrow, right? We'll be sending out emails to people saying, you've got your month free, so you will get it. And here, somebody told me. Somebody wrote on the chat that they won't extend it by the end of the day. I think we can do that. So if you sign up by the end of the day, so tomorrow we'll be sending out these. So right, Natalia, I think we can extend it by the end of the day. That if you order now, by the end of the day, and you get the month free, because tomorrow we'll be reviewing then the accounts, right?
Yeah, exactly. And if by any chance something goes wrong, and if you don't receive an email, if you should tomorrow, then just send us an email to questions@nozbe.com, and we'll just give you the free month manually in our system.
Yeah. So that's the way how it works. So again, thanks for being here, and thanks for. Hopefully you like the bonus. And again, and if you have a Nozbe account and you've been using it for you will just get a month free. That's it, just for being here.
Exactly. All right. Let's move on to another question by Martin. Have you ever programmed? And if you have, what is your favorite programming language?
Yes, the first version of Nozbe was written by yours truly. Yeah, I'm not a very professional programmer. I'm a let's say amateur programmer, or self-taught programmer. I started programming when I was learning Turbo Pascal in high school, and actually my favorite language then was Pascal, and writing apps for Windows in Delphi, Borland Delphi. There was this thing, so I was using that, and I built my first task manager with that, and it was fun. It was lots of fun. Then I did something else also with Borland Delphi, which was a failed project. Qt bar, but if you still go to qtbar.com, you can read all about it. It's there's a nice story about it, how it came to be, how it was successful kind of, but then I had to shut it down. And later I learned PHP, HTML, CSS, and MySQL, and JavaScript. And this is and actually when I was learning JavaScript, advanced JavaScript in 2005, this is when I started building Nozbe. And with JavaScript, PHP, and MySQL, I built the first version of Nozbe, which I launched in 2007. And I think up until today, there is still code that is written by me that is running in Nozbe. Not lots of it, but there is still some code in the sync engine or something like that. I think there is still some code written by me. So really lots of legacy there. But yeah, but apparently it works. 10 years in, 400,000 users. So yeah, it holds its days. But of course, right now the programmers that we hire, that we have on the team, are just way better than me, and they are just they don't let me code anymore. So I do still occasionally do something in some script in JavaScript or something in PHP, but right now I just let it, let but only for myself, because really on our code, on Nozbe code, I don't touch it, so because I can just, make things worse. So I have just lots of, and this is actually my way of, my kind of way of life, hiring people who are better than me, because this is the best way to grow. And we have really great programmers here, so that's how it works.
All right. Okay, so now a question from Nicholas. When you're working on a project, do you keep all your info and notes or projects in Nozbe, or do you use Evernote for that?
Yeah, so it depends. Some things we write down in comments directly, because it's enough to have, or a checklist, because I use checklists a lot, and checklists are a great way of actually sharing. Having like a knowledge base, like step by step what you should do, to do this. So we have the checklists, and now thanks, there's a nice hack right now in Nozbe that you can actually use the checklist several times. All you have to do is that you create a task with a checklist, and then you just copy this comment as a task, and then you just basically clone the task and use the checklist again. So there are ways to right now copy actually comment and just create task for this. So I use that, but I use also different places where I put things. So for example, I write my texts in Ulysses, where I publish them, for example, in Dropbox paper for people to read in our company or Confluence. And also I use Evernote for I use Evernote more for like all my documents, all my to be paperless, to make sure that I don't forget anything. So also I use like a physical notebook sometimes, but then when I use it, I scan. When there is an important note there, I scan it to Evernote with my iPhone. So I basically take a photo of it. It makes it really nice. I scan it to Evernote and put it in Evernote. And thanks to the integration of Nozbe and Evernote, if I have a note which is really important and I want to share it with the team, all I have to do is just attach it as a comment in Nozbe. It's because my Evernote account is linked with my Nozbe account. I just go to comments. I add the Evernote comment, search my Evernote, and put my note right there. So very often, Natalia knows this very well. She's been receiving Evernote notes as comments from me, because there were my notes. So I'm not really strict about it. The idea is that like I prefer to have actionable stuff in Nozbe. So really things to do, and the notes that are not actionable, I prefer to have them somewhere else, like Evernote, or just my Dropbox folder, somewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to mention, that we use Dropbox a lot for writing blog posts and everything. So yeah, it depends in our team. It depends on who you are, like what you actually do.
Yeah.
Because I, for example, use mainly Nozbe and Dropbox. Yeah, and like our developers use Confluence a bit more, so it really depends. And I think everybody has their own way of just keeping their files. Yeah, but essentially Nozbe is just for tasks and for, just like you said, for actionable stuff. Okay, I have another question from John. He says, as you know, Michael Hayek just published a paper planner. Any ideas for integrating Mosby with paper planning products?
Yeah. The paper planner that he created is exactly for that. It's for making sure that you interact with paper, and then you put things in the right order, right? So I don't think we can integrate with that, because his paper planner doesn't sync with anything, right? It doesn't have an API. It's just a paper planner. But but I like templates that he has there in the Paper Planet, and we might just use his templates. And I think it would be great to publish some of the some of the ideas from his paper planner as Nozbe how templates. How to run a successful month. How to build good habits. Things like that, because they're really useful. Or create checklists from a paper planner, and just put them in Nozbe instead of using the paper planner, right? So for me the thing is that I use paper, but I either scan notes, which I do, or when I have the notes, I later copy them, like literally copy them, right? Write them in my mind mapping tool, for example, or in Evernote or somewhere else, and refine them, or in Nozbe if they're actionable. And this way, if I lose my notebook, if I lose my paper thingy, it's fine, because I have everything digitized. So this is for me the key, to have the everything digitized, because this syncs. This and then later is available to me anywhere, so I can check out. I just did my quarterly offsite, so my quarterly review on paper, but later I took the pictures of it, so I have this in Evernote, and I can access this and access my notes. So it's really important for me not to have things which are really important on paper. I mean, have them temporarily, but then later really move them to a digital place. It all depends on everyone, because some people just want to have the paper, but for me, I'm just a little bit too scared of losing it, and I know that I won't lose things if they are in the cloud. Especially with Nozbe, we have such a great infrastructure for backing up and everything. Like it would be literally impossible for us to lose any of the tasks that you have there. So it's like it's safer than anything. We have we wrote about it on the blog and on our website, that we have triple backups, and it's different continents. If our Nozbe server blows up right now, the main server, we have copies all over the world, so we can really quickly put Nozbe online, in a matter of moments. So you wouldn't even actually notice that. So that's why I trust the cloud system, the sync system, more. And the same goes with my iPhone. I have my iPhone here, and I have lots of things on my iPhone, but they all sync with the cloud. The contacts, the tasks, the Evernote, everything. So even if somebody steals my iPhone, or I drop it, or I lose it, or it gets destroyed, I just get a new iPhone, restore from backup, and I'm back in business. Everything works. I'm just, I haven't lost anything. So this is really, for me, this is really important. And I think, the more we're moving into digital age, I think this is really crucial for us, not to lose this data.
That's right. Okay, I think we have time for just one more question, but I can see that there are very many questions from you guys. But I've noticed that there are many feature requests and problems or issues. So what I would like you to do, please just contact us at questions@nozbe.com and present your use case, your problem, and just tell us what you'd like to do, what you'd like Nozbe to do for you, and then we can figure out a way to help you out. Because we don't really have time to answer all of your questions here today. Yeah, so that's just what I wanted to ask you guys. And the last question for today is from Jose. So what is the difference between the pro account and the business account?
Okay, so the business account is a new offering, and the idea is that in the business account, we are really actively trying to help you integrate Nozbe into your work environment. So what we notice is that with pro accounts, people are setting it up and it works more or less with a few people, but we noticed that really to make a difference, to really help, and I just see it in the comments and chat, that it's really hard to integrate Nozbe into a work environment. Although you as a Nozbe user know it works so well, but for you it's so hard to put it down. So what we do there is, first of all, there are more features. So like when you share projects, you have more admins, more people can be admins in the projects, which is very useful. So for bigger teams or bigger projects. It's really useful. So there's additional features. There are additional reports which are really useful when you can see who did what, and you can review other people's work. So this is really important. So there are a few new features, and there are new features coming for business as well. But most of all, we have a dedicated smart support person that takes care of your account. So if you need Skype assistance, for example, if you need integration, if you need us help you, walk you through or solve your problems like more hand in hand, this is for you, because this is like we have fewer business customers, so we can really assist them better and make sure that help them actively. And because we do active interviews also with our business accounts, we learn the problems, how to deal with that, how to integrate Nozbe into their work environment. And also what we do, we interview our business accounts to make sure that we understand also their industry and how Nozbe can help in their industry. And we already have great use cases. We'll be publishing some of them on our website very soon, of how lawyers, real estate agents, different industries are using Nozbe in their environment. And if you're a new company, if you're a company who's trying to use Nozbe and you're in this industry, we can help you out because we already know how others are working like that, right? So mostly business accounts are to just help you out, to be more personal, like more hand in hand. We have great support for everyone, but with the business accounts, there's one dedicated person who's dedicated to your account. You also get to talk to me directly, so one-on-one chat with me, which means you can ask me all the questions you want on this chat, and just tell me more about your business and tell me more about your needs. So this way I can serve and we can serve you better. So this is the main difference. We like a few more features, and most of all, helping you integrate Nozbe into the business. That's why we have the business accounts.
Exactly, and it's a relatively new plan. So we like to hear what your needs are and what features you'd like to see in Nozbe business, and we'll just be improving on it in the future. And we have some great ideas from other business customers that we'd like to add in the future. So if you have a suggestion, don't hesitate and just let us know. This is how we can actually make it even better for you.
Yeah, the thing is that we didn't come up with this idea. I mean, our customers, you came up with this idea. You told us, we need more businessy features. We need more assistance, setting up Nozbe in our work environment. And that's why also we wanted to also draw a line, for Nozbe Pros, we get these features, but businesses need maybe some additional features, and we will be building them and right now as we go. And the idea is that we just don't want to, put too many features for consumers that they don't need and will never need, and we want to make sure that it actually makes sense for us also economically to focus on the business customers and develop these features for the business customers. That's why we decided to distinguish the business accounts and the pro accounts. So if you're just alone, you're working on your own or with just a few people, pro account is best for you. But if you want to integrate Nozbe into your work environment and you are 5, 6, 7 people or up to 10 or even more, then the business account is for you, because we can really then help you out. And later, hopefully, maybe add a feature or two which are actually crucial to how we work. So yeah, and this is how we decided to distinguish that.
That's right. All right, so Michael, thank you for answering all of the questions and for being here with us today. And thank you guys for joining in, even though it's summer and it's really hot. And we hope to see you on our next webinar. If you have any questions, please do contact us. We're here for you, and we love hearing from you. And Michael, do you have any closing remarks?
I'm just thanks so much for your chat comments about priority list projects, and and if you're using Nozbe in a team environment. Thanks so much for doing that. I'm reviewing them right now, and there are so many cool answers there.
So many different answers. Like some people have 3 priorities, some 70, which is really cool.
Yes, somebody here, Jose, 119 priority list. Oh man, this is so you all you see is the is the 8. I mean the infinity symbol right now. So I mean you can get it done, man. Fingers crossed for you.
Fingers crossed, exactly.
Exactly. But there are others, yeah, fantastic, fantastic. And yeah, really cool. Thanks so much. We'll be reviewing all these, and we'll be again reviewing your questions that you asked about feature requests. But make sure to just post them to questions@notbe.com. We have great support team. Natalia is on the team, and we'll help you, get your questions sorted. And especially as she said, that if there's particular questions about your account, this is the best way to have them solved. So. Thanks so much, and keep sending our suggestions. But most of all, again, I would like to thank you so much for being here now in August, vacation time. Thanks so much for using this for practice time, for being with us. It means so much to us. I hope you like the bonus of 1 month for just being here, for just being around with us. And hope the connection was good with the video. Hope it went fine. And most of all, have a great vacation if you're going somewhere, or if you're just spend the time right now in summer, like in northern hemisphere it's summer, so spend it with your loved ones, with your family, with friends, maybe somebody who you haven't visited for a while. It really means so much to them. So make sure to do this as well, because in September we'll be starting really working seriously. Also here in Nozbe, in our team, many people right now are on vacations, so we cheer them. We hope that they have great time. So have a good one. Enjoy it, and hopefully I'll see you on a webinar in September. We'll be talking about additional tips and tricks, and especially running a no-office company. So there will be lots of good tips and tricks for all you guys. So make sure to check it out. In September, we'll be getting back to work and working hard. So relax, enjoy the time. Disconnect sometimes, and just enjoy the quality of the time that you do have it with your close ones.
All right, so thank you guys, and have a great evening or day, wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you on our next webinar. Take care.
Thanks so much.